Good evening. Welcome to the show today. Ignorant Ass Podcast, tentatively titled, formerly known as John in the Basement, even though we're still in the basement. All right, so Chris here is singing behind us. Introduce yourself,
Oh,
Chris.
no. I was giving you your news anchor music.
Oh,
like, you know,
cool.
like you come on the show. That's what I was giving.
Yeah.
My fault. Go back. All right, my fault. I won't do it this time. Go ahead.
All right, so like I said, welcome to the show. I'm John, and this is Patrick this time with my upcoming music.
It makes sense, right?
It makes it better.
And Janice, how you doing today?
Hey, y'all.
Y'all.
Y'all. Southern, I guess.
Y'all know that's me. Hey, y'all.
All right. So, as I said last week, the show is pretty simple. Pretty much going to talk about whatever we want to talk about. We're going to get it started with something controversial, I guess. I don't know. But so today the first topic is, I'm sure you've seen this new social show, I guess, Real Side Chicks with Charlotte. What do you guys think?
Hey,
I just don't understand it.
shout out to the come ups.
What do you understand? Oh, Lord. What do you understand,
Shout out
Denise?
to the come ups.
Like, who are they side chicks to?
Man,
They're
I
not
don't
gonna
know,
tell you
man.
that.
Who are
They
side
would
chicks
no
to
longer be
anyway?
side
no.
chicks.
Oh,
You know,
no.
so they
Like,
told you that.
They tell you these days, flaunt it, be happy about
No,
it.
I'm talking about,
In
but
2017.
you right though. They
Yes,
gonna
they
probably gonna
love
flash
it.
on the
I'm a-
bottom of the TV and everything.
Yes.
Like,
But side
I'm
chicks
such
always
and
been
such
relevant.
side chick.
yeah.
Side chicks always been relevant though. Like look at Marilyn Monroe, the ultimate side chick.
Marilyn Monroe
I'll be
wasn't a
honest, I don't
side
fuck
chick.
with
She
Marilyn
was
Monroe.
a mistress.
Which is
sorry.
a side chick. It's
not
got a
that.
different name.
No, it's totally
How?
different.
How?
Because
Break it down.
a mistress is a woman that's dealing with a man that knows he has somebody else. Ho, wait a minute. Okay?
I didn't even
Now.
interrupt you.
The mistress, she knows her place.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She not catching no feelings. She come hit them off
She got-
every
she
now
signed
and
the
again.
contract.
And she go home.
Yeah,
she
she
ain't,
signed that contract.
you know, she ain't calling his baby mama at 3 a.m. like, you know, she ain't posting pictures on the Facebook. You know, she just getting it how
So
she
she
live.
know her place.
Yeah. These
Social
side
media
bitches
changed.
out here,
True that.
I'm trying to tell you,
True
like,
that. You trying
how
true
you,
that.
like, they be trying to ruin, like, households. How you gonna be the extra trying to fuck up what he got? And then you gonna be what he got, and he gonna be with some extra. I just don't understand that.
But what you mad at the side chick for?
I ain't mad at the side chick. I just
Get
say
your
the,
money.
you know, the side chick should just go away.
Know her place?
Just go away.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I
Because-
don't watch a lot of these shows for real. I mean, I really don't. So I'm probably not gonna watch this one. I'm sure I'm gonna see it all on social media. But I mean, you know, I see this stuff like this every day. Side chick drama and stuff. I see this every day. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
nothing
why
new
they
for
put
me.
it on the TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
So, you know,
entertaining.
yeah, it's but not for me. Not for me.
So what do you think, Patrick?
Yeah, man, it's life now.
Oh,
It's,
so,
it's part of the game now.
so side chicks are just
It's been
it is
made
what it
popular.
is.
You got your Jocelyn's and Aminas, all this social media, all these reality TVs.
But-
everybody making it popular.
I feel like it's always been though. You say there's a
it
difference
was-
between a mistress and a
Niecy
side
look
chick.
like she about to spaz.
Yeah,
over
she
here.
about to
Like,
spaz. Like y'all give Jocelyn and these girls on these reality TVs all the props in the world, but then they breaking up house homes and y'all think it's cool.
I just think.
But when it's real life, then it becomes a problem.
I just think it's just deeper than the side chick because we have these men out here these days that
So
have
whose
all
fault is it?
these insecurities.
Whose fault is it? Is it the man or the woman?
It's always the man's fault. It's always the man's fault, but that's not to. But now that's not to. It is a difference. You always check your man.
Well, what about these females that know the man already got a woman and preying on the man?
It's like I feel like irregardless, you're gonna have side chicks. They decide to put it on TV now, and hey, that's what's going on.
So you
You
just
can
gonna
watch
have
it,
side
yeah.
chicks.
Huh?
So you just gonna have them. You just gonna have. It's they in your.
Nah, I mean it's just
They
life.
come with the side.
It's
They come
life.
with the contract.
Your son. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my boy ain't gonna
have
have no.
side chicks.
I'm cutting all
Your
that
daughter
out.
gonna
I'm
fight a
that
side
mama.
chick.
That's Tamika.
You know what I'm saying?
Look,
You know
that,
what I'm
his
saying?
name sincere.
Like,
He having
I'm
side
not-
chicks.
He not
I'm not
having no
saying.
side
It's,
chick.
I
Off
just feel
name
like this.
alone.
It is so much stuff like that on TV now. It's to the point where it's like it's either you watch TV or you don't.
Yeah.
You know, like me, I don't really watch TV, so it's not gonna bother me as much. But if anything, that should let you know how ignorant the world is at this point, where that's like TV.
They like
entertainment.
Exactly.
glorified side
Yeah.
chicks.
Majority of
know.
my social media is ignorant, and they conversation is ignorant, and that's the type of lifestyle majority of everybody on there living, and it's acceptable now.
TV
Y'all
lost me a
crab
long
bought it,
time
and they
ago,
crab
you know?
bought it, and they still do it. It's just part of the game.
But I guess I just use my Facebook for entertainment. Like,
It is
please
entertaining.
don't ever think that anything I put on my Facebook got anything to do with how I'm feeling in
But see,
my
that's what I'm
life.
saying, but
because,
Majority of the
But
people
that's
ain't putting
Facebook.
real life stuff
you
on
know,
there. I mean,
I
but
go off
at
on
the same
Facebook,
time,
spaz out on
So-
somebody, tell somebody, and then be at home like chilling.
it's
drinking
entertainment,
my
like you
iced
say. They
tea,
put the extra on there.
like rolling over in the bed, you know.
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. TV lost me at what's the show? Catfish. TV lost me there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I just said, okay, I cannot watch it.
Catfish?
That's
This
people
stupid-
really getting catfish.
Yeah, you're right, but for you to
Hey,
be like, I
man.
want to go on the show to possibly meet, it's like Jerry Springer stuff. It's like you thinking that's like.
That's
real
why
and
you can
what-
get
you know what I'm saying?
catfish,
It's
man.
a little scripted, like it's just like, but
You
people
get
really
catfish
don't
in
know
purpose
that,
in person these days.
You right,
So
but
true.
you
That's
don't want
true,
no
that's
cameras and stuff following you.
Yeah,
you
you
know what
right.
I'm
I
saying?
mean, yeah, you
and
true.
these
But
two,
like-
and these two white dudes sitting there.
So basically,
lining
Chris
it
don't
up.
want nobody to catch him with his side chicks.
Yeah, basically.
End the story.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, cause I have a contract. You have to sign that contract.
He got a
You
contract.
won't be enrolled unless you sign that contract. There is an application and everything. Like, I ain't playing.
I just feel like side chicks ain't nothing
I
new
fuck
though,
with
man.
this shorty right now. I rocks with shorty. You feel what I'm saying? So if there was any side chicks, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they have all their documents together and everything.
Set
I don't
my
play.
contract up the wrong way.
My pimping is together.
You
know what I'm
always
saying?
mess up your contract.
2017, a new kind of weather. You
Yeah,
feel
you
me?
right about
So
that,
I ain't- You know.
So
We don't even want to go there.
All right, so yeah, but that's as far as what is it? TV shows and side bitches. That's all. This is how I can feel about it. Next
all
topic.
right, so all right, I guess we're done with that. Side chicks. Even though I feel like they've always been around, I think it's time to wrap that up. On to the next topic.
media, man,
Jesus had side
has
bitch.
changed it.
Damn.
No.
I'm sorry, but he
I
probably
mean,
did,
Jesus,
man.
I mean, he probably
the
did.
man, bro.
The kings
He
in
was
the
the
Bible
man,
had
bro.
side.
They always been hoes around.
concubines. That's
Always
what that
been hoes
is. a
around.
side.
But we on next topic. My
You know
fault.
what I'm saying? Men,
Sorry,
women.
Grandma.
This old lady was married, wasn't it? They made her out to be like a prostitute or something.
No, you
Supposed
can't be
to
a
be
prostitute
more
if you
than
ain't
that.
having sex.
Huh?
What?
That's what we're talking about.
That's
right
a
now.
whole nother
talking about
topic.
this
See, that's a whole
mom.
nother topic.
We talk about that another day. Like
My fault.
we going on that one another day.
I
I
just
completely
believe at
forgot
some
what I
point
was
Jesus
saying.
had
Like,
side hoes in his
I had a
life. That's
point,
all.
but
All right,
y'all
let's
completely
go.
threw me off of it. So like, let's go on to the next.
That's that
topic.
Coca-Cola Patrick got over there. That's what that is.
All right, so
It's fierce.
with Father's Day coming up soon, even though this probably will release afterwards, let's talk about a major topic that's going around. You see it on social media all the time. Baby mamas putting their
Here
baby
it
fathers
come.
on blast. Talk about child support, which I'm sure some of us here have some sort of experience with.
Don't
you
be
think?
looking over here at me. I mean,
Well, I look in every direction. First
I
of
feel
all,
like if you're not
You
doing
don't
it
know
on your
without no
own, but for real, I feel like if you're not doing it on your own, you should be made to do it. That's how I feel.
Mhm.
Point
Well,
blank.
That's
like,
understandable. If you're not being a father or parent, period, whether you're the mother or the father, you should put up that money.
exactly.
But
yeah,
it's
Lord.
being used as a tool out here.
I mean, but really, how can it be used as look? And I'm gonna
Because
put it like
it's easy
this
with
because
y'all females,
It
the
is-
male, if he don't want to deal with y'all no more, you don't want him to have no parts and nothing to do with you, the child or nothing. Man got to go through all this crazy mess to be around his child, to get his child, because that's y'all tool.
I
That's
mean,
like-
I don't know. I'm not that type of female because I'm the type of female
Oh,
when
I'm-
I'm done, I want to go to the court. So we setting up every other weekend, every holiday, every other summer. We have it on paper so I
Well-
can drop off and pick up.
I ain't talking about you personally, but we got these
Oh,
females
okay.
out
I
here.
like that. I'm
I
at
be
that
ready
point.
for a
I'm at that
vacation,
point where
honey.
like that's
Forget
all.
that.
I know I just said Jesus had side hoes, but God, I do pray for that kind of life
Yeah, that's a
where I
blessing.
can
That's
just
a blessing, bro.
pick up and drop off, no complications, nothing. I don't like courts because
Me neither.
I just feel like that's the white man orchestrating something. I feel like we supposed to be able to handle
like
personally, but at the same time, some people need help. These bills out here, so if you got one of these niggas out here who they flying all their money on Facebook and on social media all the time, got the bankroll, blah blah, and they really not doing nothing for their kids and
Boss.
shit.
True that.
Then yeah, that's just some fool shit, I guess.
Well,
You know?
that's the definition of a deadbeat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying.
he
But
needs to
that's
put up.
understandable. But at the same time, like Pat said, I mean, it
But
has.
here's the thing though, like with deadbeats, it don't matter whether or not the courts get into it or not.
He probably going
A
to jail.
deadbeat gonna be a deadbeat regardless.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times, what happens is the whole child support has the most negative effect on the father and the father's relationship with the child.
Yeah.
Like I give you an example, like Brendan Fraser. Everybody know what Brendan Fraser is, right? The guy from The Mummy, used to be a big actor.
You couldn't use like
White.
Eddie Murphy
All right,
or
so it's
something.
an actor.
Somebody we
Know
know,
what I'm saying?
right?
But
Will Smith.
I bring up Brendan Fraser because
Okay.
I saw him in an interview not too long ago, and when Brendan Fraser was at the height of his popularity, which was like in the late '90s, early 2000s,
Okay.
he got divorced from his wife,
Okay.
and he pays his wife about $3 million to $9 million in child support like every year.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make that in my life.
Like you know what I'm saying, which is
You know
like,
what I'm saying? What?
Okay. So what's wrong with that?
what?
He making the money, ain't he?
If it came down to that, well, that's the point. But like, you need $3 to $9 million to take
What?
care of your children. Just let
Yes,
him have the children.
No, because that's why they do it. It's because if you're making, you should want your kids to live the lifestyle that you're living, whether you're with your
But I
baby's
feel like-
mother or not.
Yes, that's
But
And
they'll-
you
but
coming
they'll
out
still
your
keep
pocket
but they'll
to
still
take
keep
care
the
of your
parent from the
kids
father.
should not affect your relationship with your child.
But that's not
at
usually
all.
what happens because like you like.
No, that's an excuse. That's some BS. Oh,
I don't think so,
I'm
'cause, like,
mad at my
okay.
child because I gotta pay his mama some money.
It ain't
no,
that
I
though.
know.
That's
I
not
don't be
that's
mad
not
at
the
my
point
child.
because it's usually the exact opposite.
They
It's
mad at
usually
their mother.
What-
the
what
mother's
child-
mad at the father.
Well, it seemed like to me he mad because he
What
had to come
child
up
does
with
it
some
even
pockets.
take $1 million a year to take care
a
of?
child of somebody that's doing good in the
$1 million?
actress business.
That's
Like,
right.
yes.
But see, we keep talking about the child. But my question is, and
It's
excuse
paying-
myself
You
for
have
this,
a child
but-
by a woman, you pay alimony.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
My question is, what is the bitch
That's
doing?
what alimony is.
Do
I
you
know.
get me?
That's what
What
alimony
is she doing?
That's
Yeah.
what alimony
Like, I
is. That's
feel
what
like-
they made alimony
But
for.
what is she doing? If I don't, he can be making all this money out here.
Okay.
But
Keep
what
going.
is she doing? You get what I'm saying? She can be making. He can be making all this money. Okay, and yes, he can provide for the kid. Again, it does not take $1 million to like raise a child. You get what I'm saying?
Not
so
yearly.
So so let's be honest. He can be with the father. He can be with the mother, and he can still be in these environments. These, if he's there, he's doing something for the kid. That's fine. But like $1 million at that point, it's like the mother's benefiting more than the child, and then it's a mother, father thing that's going
Yeah,
on.
and
Because
then
the
that
child,
affects the
My
a
time.
child for the most part don't even know what's going on.
My
You get what
time.
I'm saying? As far as he knows
Speaking
who his
of the mic.
parents is,
Speaking of the mic.
My turn.
Yeah, speaking to the mic.
My turn. Okay, I'm gonna speak into the mic,
Uh-oh.
Yes, ma'am.
and I'm gonna speak clearly,
Okay,
All right.
I'm here.
and I'm gonna break it down.
Listening.
I don't know when we came to the point in America where you have babies by people, right? And then you only supposed to do for the child. Like, let me explain. Let me back this up and explain it. What
Please do.
affects the mother affects the child. Y'all ain't learned that? Especially if the daddy ain't around. So let's say he making millions and millions and millions of dollars. So he pay her $1 million a year. Okay, this boy's daddy is somebody famous, so he needs special daycare. Y'all ain't think about that? Shoot, my kid's daycare costs $400 a month, and I'm poor. So how much y'all think special daycare costs? Okay, this boy probably, you say he's somebody real big. She probably needs security. Why y'all want her in a 2-bedroom apartment?
Man, don't
And this
nobody want
boy's
this
daddy
love.
is on the movies and stuff.
We talking about $1 million a year.
Yeah,
that's
$1
the
million
case-
a year and $1 million a year to somebody
Why he
that's
not
used
with the
to money.
parents?
Well, you say paying 9? What you say, 18 million a year?
Like no, it's like three to
3
9.
million.
Men will
numbers
never
are.
get it.
If the
You
mama,
would.
no,
But
because
it's
the
like-
thing
it's
is, if
certain
the
women
mama
that
not
get it.
doing
Never
nothing,
get
if the
it.
mama not doing nothing, then she should be right there. You don't need security. You don't need all that. She should be right there. He paying her to be a mother. He don't need to live
No,
the rich lifestyle.
he's paying
her
her
to be a mother
have,
at that
so
point.
his life can afford
If
the
she's not doing
lifestyle that
nothing.
he's
What do you think,
affording.
Pat?
I'm just saying, man. Like he said. Oh no, like Niecy said.
Oh, you done switched
What,
up on me.
it affects the mother, whatever happens to the child, right?
Yes.
You don't think it affects the father when he working his butt off and he got to take every little dime he making and getting it to the child or getting it to the woman?
Okay, so that's what happens when you have babies.
But I
And
feel
still
like
being considered
And that's
a
what I'm
deadbeat.
saying. I don't know
Or still being
when. I
considered-
remember when men used to be proud to go out here and sweat all day
Oh yeah.
to take care of their kids.
He working
You're
hard
right.
for himself too, so
Okay.
he's not
So
enabled
let me-
to continue his life.
No,
with
so let me
someone
say
else?
this. So let me say this. So let me say this. And that's what I'm saying. If you can't do for what you already done had, what you already got going on, you shouldn't be able to be out here
What if it's her
making
choice to
some
leave?
more.
If it's
making some more.
if it's a woman's choice to leave,
You think Niecy 50 something all this?
I'm
joint.
not 50
Like, she
something.
going
I'm
on
not 50 something
Alright.
out this joint.
You know what
I'm
I'm
just,
saying?
I'm just cut from a different cloth.
hold on, Janice, though. Like, all right.
No, I feel you.
No.
I'm
Hold
just
on.
saying.
At
Let
what
me-
point though, like, all right, you say he got to take care of the mother, but like, she's an adult. Like, I get taking care of your child and providing for your child. Of course, you're a father.
Okay.
You
But it's
coming
not.
from a
It shouldn't
genuine
be. Hold on,
standpoint.
Chris. Let me finish what I'm
My
saying.
fault, you got it.
It shouldn't be the father's responsibility necessarily to take care of the mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you want to give her some money, that's cool. But like, if you giving her $3 million and not even a portion of that really goes into taking care of your child, then that's a problem.
Let me break it down like this. When your babies get up in the morning, they got to cut the light switch on, don't they? That's the electric bill. When they staying at a house, whether you buying it or you renting, that's a mortgage because the babies usually stay with the mama, so the mama's got to make sure that's taken care of, whether the mama's doing it or the daddy's doing it. And when you have babies in other houses, you got to make sure that they got another house. When the babies got to eat, when you boil the water to make the eggs and the oatmeal, when they got to wash their tails at night, that's a water bill. Babies want to watch TV, that's a cable bill. Okay?
Then-
Babies got to get to daycare. Babies got to get to the doctor's office. Babies got to go to school. That's a car payment, an insurance payment. Lord knows if you be speeding like I do, that's tickets and fines and stuff. Babies need car seats because you can't have a baby without a car seat. They don't even let you bring them home from the hospital. So y'all have to come more from you doing for the mama.
Got
You
them
making
drinking
sure
out
that
here.
your baby
Boy.
has, whether the mama is benefiting from not the baby is benefiting. But then let's break it off because we don't have to worry about that because in 2017, the court's only making these niggas pay $62 a month. So they don't even need to be complaining.
we talking about millions of dollars. We talking about
I mean, but she just in perspective.
I just
And
broke it down.
I get
just
what you're
broke it
saying,
down.
Janice. I get what you're saying. But if that's the case, then why not just let him stay with the father?
then my point is,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
not
all
talking.
for that. I'm all for that and be
not
happy to
talking
give up
about-
some
All
change,
right,
honey.
you know what?
Me
Hey.
personally, I'm not talking about these deadbeat dudes.
Okay.
I'm talking about these guys that are actually trying to be fathers,
And I agree with that.
that are being misused by the system.
Okay, I agree with that.
You have men that want their children every day of the week, or at least 3-4 days of the week, at least every week, every weekend, every other weekend. They want to be there, school, sports, whatever the case may be, programs, everything. And these women are still get back, get away, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to the
Those
course.
be the side chicks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this the part
But
I'm
at the
talking
end of the
about.
day, Daddy wanted that.
And that's
what
when child
Daddy
support
did.
is misused.
Oh, that is fucked up.
Daddy wanted that. Daddy loved the side chicks. You got you a contract and everything, honey. You think that child, that
See,
side
that's
chick
why I
ain't
got
gonna
a
want child
contract.
support?
The innocent child is being misused.
Now my baby mom
And he's
fooled
gonna
me.
feel
And
that.
I've been quiet this whole time because I don't even like this subject. But you know what I'm saying? Just like for real.
About to get that kickback. That's all that is.
I mean, yeah, I'm just about to be like, you know, y'all beef. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for it. You know what I'm saying? My baby mom get on my nerves. That's all I'm gonna say.
I've never been on child support myself.
No.
I've never been through that situation.
Yeah, but
but
I say
I
I'm not
see
on.
it. I know how it goes.
I have to be honest. I'm not on child support, and that's because I really don't know why I'm not on child support. Because my baby mom crazy as fuck. But I feel like she should be doing that just cause. But she's the only reason she holding back is because she know what the deal is. You know, like she know I'm a father. I'm there.
And the way you
I'm
misuse the
show up.
system, the
And
cats
I'm
are
do what I
getting
gotta
locked
do.
up
I'm
and
pay
they
what I
still
gotta
not
pay.
getting no money.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but
And I
she
do
know how I
agree with
feel about
that.
that. But that's probably the only thing, you know, keeping me from like catching a body.
Yeah.
Is
My
that I
thing
ain't on
is, if
child
you ain't
support.
paying no money, you better be babysitting and everything.
And there's nothing wrong with that though. Like, but I feel like he was saying, a lot of times, a deadbeat ain't necessarily the really issue in this situation because a deadbeat gonna be a deadbeat gonna be a deadbeat.
Regardless.
Exactly. So it's like a lot of times, like you say, you got people who want to be fathers and try to be fathers, but can't really be fathers because of the mother is like a bitch.
You gotta choose who you have kids by.
Well, yeah.
Gotta think about that. You can't-
Man, You damn right. And that's that retarded, because that's how retarded, like,
I mean, because
you're right. You hit that right
common
on the
sense
nail.
says that, you know.
But it's hard, I guess, because, I don't
You
know.
just fall out there, get lost in
It's
the sauce.
passion in life.
Shout out to all the good fathers out there. That's all I gotta say.
Shout out to God, a good father.
Shout out to my daddy, John.
Different John.
Oh yeah, different John.
Oh, John.
Uncle John. All right, so.
I don't know who my daddy is,
Oh,
but
that's another conversation.
if you out there,
And you hear this.
when I make it big, I'm shitting on you too, nigga.
Oh shit.
And that's another topic. It may not be his fault.
All right.
A whole nother topic.
Boy.
He may not know.
I'm sorry, but I'm eating your mint like it's a Whopper, bro.
Hey,
let me
man,
get one of them,
It's
too.
an Altoid.
We can cut this out
These
later.
Altoids
you know.
like
Grandma's
these.
specialty.
I got
Food,
cotton
for
mouth.
real.
And I don't
You
really
got
know.
cotton mouth.
No, because I'm thirsty, not
Oh.
because I'm high.
My cotton mouth because I'm high. That's why I've been quiet
All right.
today too. And we've been talking about more ignorant stuff today, so
It's not ignorant.
you know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
real
just-
life.
All right, on to the next topic.
like to-
All right. So
Happy
we,
Father's Day.
You know, side chicks and child support coincide.
You're right.
1 and 1.
All right, so what up?
all right, y'all know about that KKK rally that's supposed to happen in
I don't even
Charlottesville?
want to give them no acknowledgement.
You don't want to even acknowledge it?
I just
Okay.
don't, because
Hey, man.
y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it. I mean, why keep on giving them this? Look, I'm ready. What y'all want to do?
Hey,
What
man,
y'all
we go
wanna
to
do?
Charlottesville.
Hey.
I don't
I'm
care.
ready.
When is it?
I don't know yet. It ain't been, the date ain't been.
Exactly.
We can go to Charlottesville easily.
When we
Exactly.
going to Charlottesville? Camera and all, we rolling.
We
Yeah,
going to
that's a
jail.
must then.
We didn't even say the goddamn name of the show
He
today.
been to jail. He been to jail. You been to jail, right?
Hey,
Don't be
man,
telling my
I ain't never
business.
been to jail.
I mean, we cutting this later. I mean, it don't matter.
I ain't never been to jail. I don't know what you talking about.
You can
Never
see me
been to
like
jail
that.
in my
I just
life
spooked in my
before.
chair.
Don't
Oh,
be telling
yeah.
nobody that.
Oh, y'all been to jail. Let's be real here.
I have not been to jail.
I'm the only one that ain't been to jail.
Then you get that
Nope.
that loitering ticket.
Nope.
Then you get that lottery.
You been to jail, John?
No, I ain't been to jail. Only
Man, Mom
How
just
did you
took him
feel?
to jail when he was a little kid.
How did you feel? Jail ain't that bad. I'm trying to say.
Oh, so you been to jail is what you're saying?
I've been to jail.
All right, there you go.
I was in jail for 2 days, no bond. They wouldn't
even.
even give me no bond.
Sales in your name.
Word. But I was good.
Mhm.
I was good. I was good until the nigga sat me down behind the desk and was like, who you want to put on your visitation list?
You was hurt?
I said, when is my visitation day gonna be? He said, probably Friday. No, it was Tuesday.
Damn.
I said, sir, I'm going home.
All right.
I'm
so-
waiting on a bond hearing right now. I'm going home. He said, ma'am, you ain't going to get a bond hearing probably till about... I said, sir, I got a paid attorney. I'd be damn if they leave me up in here till Thursday, honey. When I went for my advisement, the judge said you got a bond hearing in the morning.
All right. So
Shoot.
what we talking about, man?
Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all got to talk about
Yeah,
jail.
we in the wrong
We out of jail. We free, ain't it? We right here.
I'm
ain't it?
free.
We out of jail.
So do we?
JP, who ain't never had a speeding ticket.
Oh, I got plenty of speed tickets, but that's
I'm gonna clock you
Shit
myself
happens.
and call the police.
But yeah, we going to
mess
this
up.
KKK rally.
All right.
I'm going with my beret on and my Black Panther shirt.
Straight to
and
jail.
my else bandana.
So we want to talk about Trump or what? I mean, I know you wanted to talk about Trump last week.
Trump is the same thing every week. Every day Trump
no
is the
Trump.
same thing.
Can I say
Trump
something about
every
Trump?
day.
Go ahead. Say what you got to say about Trump.
This is what I'm going to say about Trump. They about to impeach him.
You looked happy when you said that.
But I'm not happy. I'm nervous.
Mhm.
And this is why I say this. They put him in there for a reason, and they taking him out for a reason.
Oh yeah, it's all the domino effect.
Y'all
It's
got to
always
think
planned.
about it. Them people do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Okay?
planned.
They just make you feel like
Yeah.
you got some say in it.
He was
Now.
he was just put there to get this racial tension.
My
Here's
thing
the
about
point.
Trump is, at least Trump don't got no filter, and he letting us know what's going on. But the man with the white hair, what's his name, John?
Mike Pence.
Oh, no. We don't want him to be our president. We don't want him
Well,
to be
not
our
him
president.
president, but that's different. It
But
don't
I
really
would rather
matter.
Trump be the president than the man with the white hair be the
No, you
president.
don't.
Yes, I do, because he gonna do what he want to do, and we ain't gonna know what's going on until October and
Well-
when July, when the laws come out. October and January.
If everything
Trump
play
do what
out,
he
there
wanna
may
do,
be
though.
a chance that they redo this thing, ain't?
I hope they redo it.
I doubt
doubt
that'll happen.
I hope they redo it.
Honestly, you don't want.
All this stuff
Honestly,
with Russia, it won't
unless by some miracle everybody in Congress somehow dies at once and they have to go further down the line to get the president, you don't want none of them to be president.
play back.
I don't understand why they get to sit up there for 34, 50 years, honey.
I'll
That's
be
why
real.
it is like it is.
Fuck Trump. That's my campaign.
Fuck
I'm running
Trump.
for president. God damn it.
Chris for president.
Yeah. ain't old
Chris for
enough yet.
president. And all these days, and we breaking rules, cuz that's what America is all about. We really gonna make
Break
America
them.
great
This,
again.
this
You
one
hear me?
rule you can't break:
Again, was it
What's
ever
that?
great?
the age limit.
If
Because
you take over the White House,
Was America ever great though?
so you gon'
Was it
we
great?
start with this
Start a
KKK rally.
revolution.
We'll see you.
When was
We
it
will
great?
see you there.
when was
In
America
Charlottesville.
great?
When was America great?
The people can
I don't
overturn
know.
anything, can't they? Ain't that in Congress? I mean, in the Declaration too.
That's what they want you to believe.
Nah, man. Unless you like, there's a revolution of some sort, which it could happen,
We're
Chris
not
ain't with them.
organized.
But no
Chris
one's
ain't with them
exactly.
white man laws.
but
I
they
don't know about
affect
y'all.
you. I mean, you live in America.
Every day.
Yeah, but we gonna change that.
I'm
that's
just
the
waiting
whole
to get
point.
my check for
Change.
Black Girl
I mean,
Syndrome.
Change.
The Israelites waking up.
We
man.
gotta wake people up. Yeah, people gotta wake up and understand. I mean, they ain't nothing but folk in suits.
All right,
That's it.
think about what you said just now.
If the people in the
what you said.
organizations woke up too,
Who's the Israelites?
We are.
You ain't an Israelite. You ain't an Israelite.
No,
and
sir.
You ain't an Israelite.
I'm a
I never
nigga
said
who
I
right.
was an Israelite.
I'm a nigga
descendants
who
of
right.
an
That's what I
African.
am.
We don't even believe that
We are
stuff.
descendants of Israelites.
You sure about that?
I really don't know
I
my
don't know. I
DNA.
might be
or
descendant
none
of.
of that. I
We
ain't
don't
gonna lie.
know.
My grandma
That
said I'm
was
the
dumb.
descendant of
Look,
the head
like-
of
We
the
don't.
KKK.
We so washed down.
But like,
we so
even,
washed down.
even if
Exactly.
yeah, even
too
if you were,
light-skinned.
it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, what's the importance of that?
That's an importance in everything. Your history is important.
Is it though?
It really
But do
is.
you really know your history?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not really. We don't. None of us will ever really know everything about our history. Just like we'll never know anything you do in life that happened before our time that we didn't see with our own eyes. We'll never know. But the history is important. You want to know where you come from.
yes and no, but for the most part, I come from
If you have
1031
no-
Florida Avenue. You know what
If
I'm saying?
you
Like,
have no, I mean, but you know who your parents is. You know who they parents. I mean, you have
Exactly.
some kind of continuance
But,
of where your
yes,
history
but at this point in time, where we matter at right now, for the most part, all that descendants and all that is pretty much irrelevant. You know what
It's
I'm saying?
not
Like,
relevant because, like, we can take it back to the 50s, 40s, whatever, 60s. And they were still fighting for our rights now. That history matters. The history before them when we were taken away matters. All this matters.
yes, but that is all American history. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're American. So at that point, yes, that matters. But once you get into like, oh, I'm Israeli or my people come from such and such, none of that really matters because it's irrelevant to the time period we live in and irrelevant to the situations we live in.
Well, the people that still believe in religion, it matters.
What religion?
If you believe in Christ or you believe in whatever religion, it matters because if you are the son, the people, the chosen people of God, then there's a reason for everything that's occurring.
I don't know, man, because it's kind of, I feel like, no, because I feel like,
don't know, man.
all right, using that as like, it's kind of a questionable defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, religion matters to a certain amount of people, but
we'll be forever on this one. This is a whole
Yeah,
other
yeah, that's a
podcast.
whole
You know what I'm saying?
other
Like,
podcast,
but it's a random topic. You know, we just
Yeah.
talking right now, so it's like, you know, the whole. I really don't think that matters. I mean, because
Well, we ain't gotta go back that far. But
that's what I'm saying.
matters,
Like, history matters when it matters, though. Like, all right, so like the whole '60s and all of that matters because it's relevant to the time period we living in right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't Armageddon. You know, Jesus
didn't even do that
come
for
back
us.
yesterday. You know, it doesn't matter about the whole Israeli thing. It doesn't matter where the roots come from because we don't even know where our roots are. Our roots are here in America. That's the only roots we know for sure. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those are the only real roots that are any amount of relevancy.
Man, I'm not
listening,
going
but
to
I don't
say
agree
that.
with
I'm not
I
going
don't
to agree with that.
I don't
But
agree with
I'm
that at all.
gonna agree to disagree.
Yeah, I agree to disagree.
I mean, like,
Because
but you gotta like defend it though. Like,
It matters, man.
How?
I mean, maybe that's why we can't get it together because we don't know.
I know I don't get in on this, but I have to agree with Chris and Patrick on this one.
Okay.
And I think it's simple because
The whole brainwashing.
the people that run this country, they still stand on their history that was part of their history before this country existed.
And that's their
so
structure.
if they stand on it and they use it to something to be proud of, why shouldn't we?
Why shouldn't we
Exactly.
be? Okay, why shouldn't we be proud of that history? What history are we talking about? Are we talking about?
This is the problem.
Hold on,
the problem is that
I think history, period, is something you should be proud of. Not just
Yes,
a good history
but-
or a bad history, just history in general. You have
This is
to
CJ
know,
talking right now.
Yeah, of course. it's
Yeah, I'm about to say,
CJ. You
producer
have to
CJ.
know who you are, and you have to know where you come from. And I think the thing about it is, you take, for instance, just the thing of what we were talking about earlier with parents.
Mm-hmm.
Take a kid that knows who his dad is all the way, and the dad's part of his life. Check him out.
Yeah, but
There's
we're
a
talking about.
And listen, it's not everybody though, because
Yeah.
everybody's different and all that kind of things like that. But check a kid like that out,
Mm-hmm.
and tell that and ask that kid about say that the father told him about his grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Check that kid out. They're different.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's an immediacy though,
But
because
where do you think that comes from? That comes from knowing your history, from history.
but
to
that
history
comes
to
from
history.
knowing your father though. You know what I'm saying?
All
Like,
right, answer this question.
that's a
Which is
difference.
it's all a part of your lineage.
yeah,
so you
but
have
I'm
to
not
know where
doubting
you
that
come
it's
from.
not important to know history.
And
It
why-
is.
Why do we have these issues now when we find things in school books that's like wrong and about our history,
Yeah.
and it becomes a big bother for us? If that was the case, if it didn't matter, why does it bother us?
But
Because it matters.
we're
History
talking
has
about
sculpted the
facts right
nail.
there,
Yeah,
though. Like that's
history
a
has
fact,
sculpted
though.
the nail.
All right. See, my point is
Exactly.
like, all right. My thing is, we talking about we brought up from the whole Israelite thing. Like,
That was
you
a small
can't
part
be,
of the conversation.
but that's what it started from. You know what I'm saying? Because you wanted to go back to the history of the Israel. Like, people want to know that they're Israelites and that's their history, but nobody can know for sure because that's such a unimportant part of the history. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, no. But here's the thing, though.
But that's the thing.
No.
You're only doing it according to American history. For
No,
one,
I'm
so
not.
That's,
I'm not.
That's like just
Because
you're
it's
closing-
not just
closing
we talking
yourself.
about human history. All right, at some point, the history becomes muddled. That it really like at some point, like because we live in America, and because America was this melting pot for the most part, because like none of us as black folk really know necessarily where we come from. You can say, oh, this is the region we come from, but you don't know who your family was. You don't know where your family did, what their importance they were in that region. Then at that point, the history does not matter.
But I'm going to answer this question. If you know a history story and then you realize that someone who, it could be a king or a great empire or a great family, or you might not necessarily have to know your family, the exact region you came from, but you know that you might be a part of these people who, say like in the Bible. I'm just saying why, as far as the relevancy, just because you feel that you were a part of them, you get what I'm saying? Or say you find that out that, oh, I have descendants who were Israelites. Your outcome, is no telling where your outcome is going to go just with that knowledge of your history.
But who cares,
that can
though?
change your whole,
okay, like
you can say who cares,
that
but
doesn't
that's
matter.
The problem.
It doesn't though. Okay, like it doesn't matter. Just like we was talking about last week with LeBron James and his wealth.
If Hitler
it doesn't
didn't
matter
do what he
because
did,
he's
there would
still
be a
black.
lot
It
more Jews
doesn't-
here.
What do you?
If
What?
we didn't, if history didn't do what they did, I said if Hitler didn't do what he did, there would be a lot more Jews here. If
there are already a lot of. There are already a great number of Jews already in America.
what I'm talking.
I mean,
about,
I don't like-
He's
I'm talking
saying in
about
the world.
Yeah, I'm talking about in the world where they were, and I mean, it's a lot of things that's happened in history that has shaped the nail. You cannot deny that and say it doesn't.
I
matter.
didn't say. I'm not saying
on
that
everyday
history
relevancy,
doesn't
like,
matter. I
I'm
just
not
said
saying I
like.
woke up today, so I got to remember
That's
that
like a
Abraham
Jew. You
Lincoln
can't
remembered the
tell them their
slaves.
history don't
I'm
matter.
saying, but
I didn't
that's
say.
what makes
I'm not
it.
saying like okay. All right.
I
That
know
is
what you.
very true, like he just said. You take, for instance, we'll take September 11th. What do they tell us every year about September 11th? Never forget. You take the history of the Holocaust. What do they tell us? Never forget. But then you take the history of of just us as slaves
And,
in this country, and they
yeah.
just say,
But here's the thing, though.
Don't worry about it.
But that's
Here's
because
the
we have
thing.
people like John
No.
that's willing to forget.
So many
I
people
know.
And I think-
don't
and I-
understand.
and I think-
I
I
guess
know what
I'm
Jay is
trying to get
saying.
your
I'm
point.
not.
I do.
It's not that I don't.
I know what he's
I
saying,
don't. It's
but
not
I
that
don't
I don't
agree
And I
get
feel like
that Holocaust happened or that 9/11 or all those. Those are instances in history that
basically
matter,
saying the history
but
way
they
back
don't matter.
then don't make or break
because
us now at this time.
It does exactly. Look, because you see what happened during the Holocaust, right?
Let me ask you this.
I
man.
disagree.
All right, let me just
I
ask you this.
disagree
Like,
too,
like
but-
you
Uh-huh.
said. All right, your life's turned out like it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What if you walked in your house today and your mom and dad said, "John, we have something to tell you,"
Okay.
and they said, "John, we aren't your parents."
Okay.
Does your life change?
If they're not my parents,
Yes.
I
I think
don't
absolutely.
know. It
because
does,
at the
but
end of the
I
day-
don't
have-
yeah.
absolutely.
It
because at that
changes.
point
You're
now-
right,
Let
but
me tell you something.
but they wouldn't
It
stop
does.
being my parents though.
Yes, they would.
No, they would
Yes,
not.
they
absolutely.
would.
Technically, on a physical
Yes,
On
they
a
would.
you're right on a physical.
Well, it never changed because
But
they
it
were
never-
physically your parents.
Exactly.
But it changed in your mind, though.
Yeah,
Now you
it's
know
a
that.
mental
Now
thing.
you want to know where you come from.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Me personally,
You
this,
do.
this
And
is
you
com-
do.
This is
Exactly.
And you
coming.
do.
Exactly. That's just something you
I don't really
experience.
care.
don't wanna know where you came
would not
from.
want to know.
Hey,
I really don't
JP's a
care.
Capricorn.
You
Yeah,
are.
I'm about to say that's
okay.
just we're
But
talking
no-
to someone.
I mean,
that doesn't
like,
matter.
Never
no. Here's the
mind.
thing though, because it's like,
Okay.
is that gonna change who I am as a person?
that can develop you.
Yeah.
I don't think
will.
all right.
It can take worth out of your life, and it can give you worth in your life. It
And
can.
exactly.
Only for
It can- it
only
can
if
make
you
or
let.
break you.
Okay, like, all right.
If your great granddad might have been a killer, and you might have a kid whose
Who
DNA
cares?
is.
Who cares until that happens? Like real talk. Like
I'm just
all right,
saying,
no, like
you might not have to be waiting to be like, yeah, my son about to be a killer tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because it's great granddad.
So what you saying is- but
but at
what
the
you
same
saying
time, if he did
Okay.
it or he started displaying some
All right.
signs or something that you could be aware of because of the knowledge of history, you know what I'm saying? You would like to know
But
that.
if that's the
that
case-
could change where you going.
all right. So
the
you
future.
wanna judge your son's future off of something that happened in the past.
No.
Listen.
That's essentially what you're saying.
What's the movie Back to the Future? And any reference to going to the future, is you can't do something to alter the past because it will affect the future, in some way. So that right there
Always.
defeats really the whole through time. I'm not saying that, okay, we got enslaved. So JP, today your day-to-day decision, is going to change. But at the same time, who you might be as JP,
I don't know
where
what
you
that
might
is.
be, all that can change if you alter history. So to know
But
your
you-
history,
Can I say
you can
something?
alter
Go ahead,
how
speak.
you look at where you going or where you are now.
And I think that's the problem with, our people, is that we don't know
It's too much we
exactly
don't know.
where we came from,
So we don't
other
care to find out
than
no
the
more.
struggle.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why we
no,
still struggle.
But you too
because
focused.
that's all we know.
Here's the thing: people are too focused on where we came from.
But that's what it is. That's
Do you
day to day
understand
life.
that?
I mean,
Because I don't mean
But it
to
doesn't-
work, but if you go back in that history, I'm not saying that this is just our culture or et cetera, et cetera. What I'm saying is, if you go back, we were greater than we have been in the history we know. Right?
Exactly.
I'm just saying, in previous time,
I would disagree with that.
listen.
oh, you're crazy.
This is what
I
I'm
would
saying.
disagree with that.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
So
I'm
we
not
were
saying
slaves?
that we were all. You get what I'm saying? Whatever.
That's not what I'm
But
saying, but-
we had stuff going on.
Lots
that-
of stuff.
that had all kinds of stuff going on that we are not worthy of today, right?
As what? Like, okay, so my thing. All right, like I said,
As a people, a culture. It's the reason.
people
It's a
in
simple
general.
reason.
I'm not just saying black people. I'm saying all
Asian
people.
Americans don't. I mean, they might be like, yeah, I live in America, but they still just be like, I'm Asian.
And they stick
Exactly.
together
You
in
know
a
what I'm
different
saying?
way.
That whole act to
Exactly.
separate
And they
yourself
know
from
their
African American and not saying we don't know what a black is. We don't know.
Exactly.
So yeah, you do want to know
And I
what
agree
a
with
black
them.
man is, where we probably origin. And I'm talking about you can go if you want to go way back to where originations happen. That right there could affect how you might
Africa.
think. You get what I'm saying? What you can do.
Where you from in
Can I
Africa?
say something?
Go ahead.
Can I
speak.
say something?
Because we don't know don't mean it ain't gonna affect the future. You gotta
Can I
find
say
that
something?
out.
Go ahead.
And this is what I'm gonna say.
You gotta fix it up.
It all started in Africa. Okay?
That you know of.
Point. It all started in Africa.
That we know of.
It all started there.
No,
See, you just
Hold
like
on.
going with the unknown.
This is what I'm saying.
No,
this is what I'm
that's
saying.
not. All right.
This
As
is
far
what
as
I'm
you know,
saying.
hold on. Let me finish this real quick though. Because why do you think everything started in Africa?
It's scientifically proven.
No, because they just found bodies that were found in somewhere other than Africa, older than the bodies that they found in Africa.
Well, I mean, whatever. Anybody can tell.
But
us
how you know
anything.
they ain't found the older bodies
Like
in
I said,
Africa?
No,
Yeah.
that's it's geographic
I
change.
think that the history of African Americans started in Africa.
Yeah,
we
you're
know
right.
that.
We know that for
We
a
know
fact.
that.
You're
So
right.
we have to stand
Yeah.
on that, though. We can't go back to the whole.
So
thing
that's
of-
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
everybody-
That's
That's
what
my
I'm saying.
point.
We're gonna go
Okay.
back to, like,
That's
Go
what
ahead,
I'm saying.
keep saying, go.
And what I'm saying was before we came here, not me, you, Patrick, and Chris, but before what we came from, because regardless of what you saying, somebody had to come over here to mix with what they to bring us what we are today.
I forgot.
And I feel like
I just see
if
something
we
together.
start teaching our children that we come from kings and queens and we built places
will
and
build
had
them up.
colonies and
It will change
kingdoms
the
and stuff
future.
before they brought our people over here, and bam, that's what they teaching the kids. You was a slave.
Yeah.
That's what you are. You are inferior. That's what you are. You can't be any better. The white man is always gonna be above.
Can I say one thing
Okay.
on that whole kings and queens thing? I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Here's an idea, though. I don't think we were kings and queens.
See, that's my
And the
point.
reason
Like,
why I say that is it's simple. Because the kings and queens sold the people into slavery. And that's the thing. If we were kings and queens, if we came from the lineages of kings and queens, we would still be in Africa.
Well, we
And we would still be on their lineage.
we
Now,
have so-called
does that
black
not
history
change?
in the Bible too. There
Right,
were
right,
kings
right.
and queens in the Bible.
Right, but what I'm just saying, the African Americans here in America, the ones that, because basically they say that the story is that
And we sold ourselves a
we
lot
sold
too.
ourselves
Yeah.
into slavery. Okay, those people that sold us into slavery are still in Africa.
Oh, and they're
Okay.
still doing
So
this.
they're still the kings and
Yeah.
queens. They didn't sell kings and queens into slavery. They would kill them off.
Yeah, that's true.
So here's the thing: does that change the fact that we still shouldn't be proud of ourselves? Absolutely not.
See, my
See-
whole
You have to
point was,
understand-
and we got thrown off the topic from when
like-
we started.
No,
but my
no, I
point
feel
of
like-
is,
alright.
if you take, like you said, Jews, or you take the A's and the Koreans or whatever, you take any other ethnic race, whatever, they're helping one another build in some type of way in America.
Exactly.
You take us, as far as like what we doing here, this is beautiful. But on a bigger note, we look in the mirror and we hate each other, man.
but that's based
Can
on
I
your
s-
own self-worth,
can I
though.
just say
Like,
something? Can I
you know what I'm
just-
saying? Like, where you come from? We all talking about
And that
roots
comes
and all
from
that.
not
But
having
no.
a father, not knowing your parent, not.
But that comes
that's
from
teaching,
you,
too.
though. But that comes from you. Like, at some point, you got to define your own self-worth, regardless of anything else.
It comes from a lot of raising too. It comes from your
It does,
upbringing
but
too.
it's plenty of people that come from an upbringing that exceed and excel far
There's
beyond
plenty
that
of people
upbringing.
that I've seen that have been reckless and nothing, and then they get around certain different
Exactly,
type of people
because-
and they become something different.
Birds of a feather
at
flock
some
together.
point, yeah, but you know what people like that teach you is that your self-worth is not defined by where you come
But
from.
it's not always that person's fault. It's what they've been
But it's
taught, what
not.
they've seen.
And I'm not saying, but that's my thing though. I'm not saying it's their fault. But it is your fault if you keep going through this whole mentality
If you have a
that
child out
everything
here
that
now
happens.
and their parent feel worthless and their parent teaching them worthlessness, then they're gonna come up and become worthless. They're gonna feel worthless.
And you right.
If somebody don't
that
give 'em
does,
something else,
you
they're
are
never
right
gonna
about
see it.
that. You are right about that. And then at some point, they get the idea that, my self-worth isn't defined by what my parent sees me as. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They might not get that from nowhere.
but
Especially with the way the
they
social
might
media and
not,
everything's set up,
you
it's
keep,
stupidity.
Here's the problem. You keep going by, they might not get that. That's the thing. You keep talking, people keep talking about, you come from this or you come from that. Stop saying that. You know what I'm saying? Stop making it matter where you come from. Where you come from doesn't
matters,
necessarily take you where you going, though.
It don't always. You got to get it from somewhere though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I agree with everything you're saying, but do you think that it's not important?
What do you mean where you come from?
Yes. Do you feel like
I'm
it's
not
not
saying
important
it's
that
not-
These people
I'm not
don't
saying
have some kind of self-worth.
it's a
And the
valid-
thing about it is like
This podcast
for
might have
instance,
been 5 years ago.
for instance, this for like you said, some kid grows up and he shouldn't have had any self-worth, but he got some.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's going to teach his kids not to have any?
No, you're
Okay,
right.
it's-
And I feel you right
But
though.
it took for him to get it from somewhere.
It does, but it also is.
I understand exactly what you're saying there, John.
I know what
But
he's
it's
saying.
like I know what you're saying. You saying something like come up with your own bootstraps and all that kind of stuff.
But that's
but
from
there,
my perspective.
He's
you're right.
a Republican.
I'm not a Republican. I'm independent. First of all, hold on. But here's the thing about that. No, can we talk about this though? Since you bring up Republican, who freed slaves?
Okay, no.
Republicans freed slaves, but they didn't free them.
It was completely different, and I know what you're gonna say.
Completely different. Already, I know that.
We cannot go on that right there at
Oh
all.
no.
I was gonna
He
explain
tried
myself.
me.
Okay,
Oh
we
no,
gonna
he
have to.
tried me.
Go ahead, because we can't stand
Oh, he
on this
tried
whole
me.
the Republicans free slaves when actually the parties flipped in about the 50s and 60s.
Exactly.
But he knew
they
that.
did, and I know that. But my point is that whole title doesn't matter. Then does it?
It does matter.
No, it
matter
doesn't.
now is whether you left or you
No, it
right,
doesn't.
sir.
Because
It
Because
does matter.
independence don't matter. That's why Trump in the office.
It
Here's the
does matter.
thing.
The reason why it does matter is simple. Because they still use it today.
they
Exactly.
use the name Republican. You're right, but the name doesn't matter. It's the ideals that come behind the name.
Okay,
Right,
come
but
up
then
off
when
your own
but
bootstraps.
It's all about association,
Republican.
right? It's simple. It's all about
First, I'm
association.
not
Read
a
it on your
Republican.
own. It don't matter what you coming
But
through.
here's
It
the
doesn't
thing.
matter if you're a Republican.
It
John.
doesn't.
It's okay.
I'm not though
It's
because
all right.
I
It's
made
all right.
about that.
because there are faults with both parties,
Look.
and that's
That
the
was-
reason that we have
At this point,
problems.
Look.
Jay coming at us from the house nigga point of view.
Bum, bum, bum,
Not
Here's
in
the
media,
thing,
not
like-
even on the porch.
Here's the
We
thing,
talking
though, like,
about,
y'all act
I
like
got
I
the
don't
ice,
come.
massa. I
Here's
got
the
the
thing.
ice.
I got
Pouring
the
the
tea.
tea
Do
now.
I not come from the
There's
same
a
place that y'all
running
come
A
from?
masters.
window.
Hold
A
on, hold on.
window.
You've always
A
been
window
different.
where,
Stop
massa?
Why am
You've
I
always
different?
been different.
Why am I different then, though? Do I not come from the same
I
place?
don't know, because you do come from the same place, but you've always been different.
You know,
I think April
and it
dropped them
ain't
on
even-
his head.
It's not. It's because my mindset on things is completely different than
That's
y'all.
them swing rides. That's them swing
And
rides.
I understand you.
No,
I mean,
like-
I take heed to
like I
everything you
really
say.
do understand
You know
you,
what I'm
but it's like you're open, but it's only as open as you allowing yourself. Like it could be a situation right here, and you'll be like, still explaining from your point of view, but he could give you a whole nother scenario. It have facts and everything in it, and it's just gonna be a disagreement. Like right here, what we was saying today.
So you saying that about me, right? You saying that about me? That applies to everybody in here.
Oh, I know.
What?
What he just said, it applies to everybody in here.
Are we talking about in disagreement?
But that's the that it applies to all of us.
Okay, most of the air conversation was, or most of the defense I heard was, well, you don't know.
About
If
what?
everything was based off where you don't know, it's just
Man, I'm speaking on a large
there would be no
perspective, man.
argument. Period. Everybody would
Like,
just
I've
like
been
the way
around-
it's almost like you just saying like where everything is what it is. So just roll and rock. Like nothing affects,
I don't
your
think that
day
is
to
what I
day
said.
or I just that's
Man, I've been
that's what
around
I'm
different type of youngers, different type of adults, different type of people, man. I've been all through the system. And I done been around dudes, well, just being around me have changed them. So I see what being around certain people does to people, man. Like if you don't see nothing else, then that's all you're gonna be. But if you get somebody to grasp hold of you and show you something different, then you may become something different. Everybody don't have the knowledge or the outlook, the intake to take in something on their own. Sometimes it take that big brother or, you know what I'm saying, big sister or whatever to grab hold of them and see something in them and show them something different. Then they grasp it and then they're able to give it to someone else. But sometimes they don't get it on their own.
And it's nothing wrong with that. Like I get where you right, and that's what I count. That's part of what I'm saying though. Like you at some point, whether somebody influenced you, at some point you just got to get a different perspective and feel like your self-worth is completely different than what people have been telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you have plenty of people who you have somebody in your ear telling you this, you better than that, you that, and they still do the same thing. So it doesn't matter what somebody tells you a lot of
Sometimes it's
times.
just growth too. Some of us
it
take
is
on-
growth, and
it
that's what I'm
happens
saying.
with
Like,
time, and that's how you get your history.
Well, they say it.
You know
Damn.
what I'm
Scientifically, they say
saying? That it happens.
on the
it happens
whole,
over
men don't
time.
become men until they're 25
You
years
go-
old.
Your whole life cycle can change just based off.
and
of,
that's your history though. Like that's your personal history. If you gonna say like, oh, Mike dropped history, your personal history though. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't everybody else's history.
Okay.
If you want to take it back to history, that's your history.
I could not know. All right, I don't know my daddy. My
You're
daddy
right.
could be a goddamn Asian man. You know what I'm
He
saying?
could be.
And
You look kind of
I
Asian.
can have a family or some family somewhere, And
Since
you know
when
what I'm saying?
you don't know your daddy?
Oh Lord,
You don't
you
know?
don't know about
That was a
that?
long time ago, man.
Oh man, we
That's
got
a whole nother
We
podcast.
can go somewhere
Look,
else.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like,
But yeah, you feel me?
Like,
So
hold
it's
on
like,
now.
it's like I'm just saying, it could be an Asian man somewhere, and it could be a whole history.
Bob Marley.
It could be a whole history of something that I know. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be a whole history of, or a story or something that can really, affect or influence me into where I'm going, where I'm coming from. Might open my now up. What I got going on now. It's just your history. I mean, they might be studying something. My old family
But you
might be
still
studying
be
something
you, Chris.
that has more truth to what I know now.
but
It
you'll
goes
still
back
be
to
you.
like exactly like he said. For instance, if you go to the doctor today
Mhm.
and say, "Doc, I'm having some heart issues. I feel like my heart's hurting or whatever."
Mhm.
What's your doctor gonna ask you?
What's your medical history?
What's
I
your
mean,
medical
yeah,
history?
You're right.
What's your family's medical history?
Uh-huh.
Right? Because it means something.
Yeah.
Because there's a possibility that the history of your family could affect your life
That's a
forever,
bloodline.
right?
They say
Yeah.
apple don't fall far from the tree.
socially, so if that can happen to you on a physical level, why couldn't it happen to you on a social level?
Yeah.
And emotional.
All right.
Spiritual.
But they know
That's
that.
nothing-
I do agree with. I mean, I do understand exactly where you're coming from.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
okay.
just talking to like unbrother it and put it all as like a whole. Like you can't put it all under that.
But I feel like, okay. We
How
talk.
long today's
You talk about
podcast?
his. I don't know. We've been talking for like 30 minutes, but okay. So we gonna wrap it up soon. Let me. All right, but
go ahead.
oh man, I forgot what I was saying. Hold on. We talking about the medical history. You know, that's an immediate history, which what I was talking about from Jump Street. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your immediate history. The whole heart defects and all of that. If somebody had a heart defect that's like 12 generations before you, does that matter?
Yes.
No, it doesn't, because by the point like you get to your generation, we talking 12 generations before that, the whole defect then probably been bled out of your generation, out of your whole bloodline.
But you don't know that.
But yeah, you would
Next.
definitely know that. Like, okay, let's just look at it like this. Okay,
It probably wouldn't be used, but it wouldn't matter.
I hope
If
it's
somebody
not
knew
hanging.
12
Oh my
generations
God.
ago
It's
about
about
some
the
heart
thunder hit the
condition,
but it's
Studio.
unimportant at that
They
point,
hear
though. You know what I'm
this
saying? Like,
bullshit.
is it a part of your history? Yeah, but it's unimportant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have a serial killer in your family from the 1760s. Does that really matter? At this point, it doesn't, right? You know,
He
like,
got it.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
If your
doesn't,
son
though.
see that
He
it was
just-
a serial
he just-
killer
he just
in his
gonna make
family
it-
way back then, he might feel like
it doesn't
he might,
matter,
it
though,
might
man.
spark
Like,
then. He might
no,
feel
man.
like,
See, like,
I'm supposed to be a serial killer.
you grasping at
Nah.
straws now, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just
said
saying
you
that's
grasping at
history.
straws.
That's history affecting something.
okay, if we talk about slaves and how kings gave away and all that. If you found out that one of your ancestors sold one of your other ancestors into slavery, would that really matter?
Ancestors,
I'ma be walking
dinosaurs
around all
was here,
day.
right?
I was a
Shut it
king.
down. Dinosaurs was
But
here,
it doesn't
right?
matter though. Like,
Dinosaurs are here, right? We
you're
know
not
this.
a king now.
This is
They
a
were
fact,
here.
right?
Mhm.
Dinosaurs, right? Is everybody agreeing on this?
Yes.
What we call dinosaurs were here. Okay. And we're here too, right?
Right.
There are
If
people who
dinosaurs
don't
didn't
believe
go
in them,
extinct, we would not be here like we are today.
I know that.
It would be a whole lot different. Life would be, we would have been slowed down. You know, we
but
just-
they did
we
go
would-
extinct. So does that matter?
This is what I'm saying.
It matters.
doesn't though.
It does
It
matter.
doesn't though.
It matters.
Like,
It matters exactly like
dinosaurs
he just said.
existed.
If it wasn't,
But here's the
if
thing,
dinosaurs
though.
were-
No,
were
like-
here,
Like a
it would be
trivia
different.
game. Where you
Seriously
supposed to get the
though,
wrong
but
answer.
it doesn't matter. Like, no, like real talk.
The
Like,
sky blue. Well,
He's
no,
gonna have a point
today
for
it's
every
green
point.
well,
because
the
of
sky
the
technically
moisture in
isn't
the
blue.
air.
Like, if you talking about the
Don't
sky
get
isn't
them-
blue
Sky
though.
blue and they got white clouds. Well, it's pink today because it's dawn at
But
6
the
o'clock.
sky isn't blue. The sky doesn't have a color. The atmosphere is
The
clear for the most
atmosphere.
part.
You see we got this, but everybody listening
trying
right
to
now.
tell
What,
you, he gonna
what
have a
color is the
point.
sky? Oh,
I mean, why am I gonna argue
it
something if I
changes.
don't
It
have a
does.
point?
But what color is the sky?
All right. So
Oh,
I mean, but you
a
say like
shade
you
of
keep
blue.
cutting me off,
A
and
shade.
now
I
you
thought
let
it
me
was a
finish
reflection
what I'm
of the
saying though.
ocean.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Go ahead, bro.
But
Go
like,
ahead, cuz.
dinosaurs existed and they died, so that was the end of their story. So it's just like
So therefore, we
ain't
prosper.
no dinosaurs right now, so it don't really matter.
So
you know what I'm saying?
you wouldn't like to know your history? Would you like to know your history?
I don't. That's the history isn't going to change me though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But what if it empowered you a little
It
different?
isn't going to empower me because I know that it does not matter.
You do realize that you are who you are because of their history. Right?
I am who I am because I am who I am.
You are who you are because of history.
I am Yes and no though. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like if
the-
history
I
hadn't
get it.
happened, I wouldn't be who I am. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right. And if the things about your life hadn't have happened in the ways that they had happened, you wouldn't have the views and things that you have.
Yes.
Those views and things would probably be different, right?
They would be.
So is your history important?
And that's immediate history though.
Is
Like
it important?
yes, but I never said immediate history wasn't important. We
No, but here you got to understand that even the long-term history of you would be different. Like if you never came from if your people never came from Africa here, okay, would you be you right now?
Nah, I probably
No.
wouldn't exist though.
Exactly. So the history is important, right?
But if
Damn.
no, all right, so
Come on, Jay. Just
Oh.
give us
Think
one.
about it.
Give us
And
a
I
thing.
Give 'em a
understand.
second.
I get your
Give us a
point.
thing.
I understand your point. Your
See,
point
like-
is that you determine your history with the choices that you make. I get it.
yes.
But do you understand that the choices that other people made?
I never
determined
denied
the
that
his-
though.
Your choices are influenced.
I never
by-
denied that though.
Okay.
Your choices are influenced by the realm of living that you're in.
But I never
mean,
denied that though, Chris. Like I think you felt CJ pretty much got what I was saying. I don't think
I
any
said I
Pat
got
got
it.
it to a certain extent
you
earlier
said
too.
way
I never
back
understand.
then doesn't affect now. I said there was dinosaurs.
I didn't say
If
it
there
doesn't.
wasn't dinosaurs,
I didn't
you wouldn't
say
be
it
here
doesn't
today.
affect it. I said
You
it
said
does
it
not
doesn't
matter,
matter.
Chris. That's a completely
It
different.
does matter.
It does matter.
Because
No,
if
it doesn't.
It's
John,
like what you
John,
feel it
like he
matters.
was just saying about the dinosaurs. If dinosaurs existed
You would not
today,
be here.
this world wouldn't be in the state it's in right now.
But dinosaurs
that matters
don't
to you.
exist today.
Let me ask you a question. Does it matter
We're
to
talking
you?
about a hypothetical situation.
John, does it matter to you that you are where you are right now?
Does it matter? What do you?
Does it matter to you that you are in the present state, in the present place that you
Yes.
are right now?
Yes.
Do you understand that if, say for instance, just on his hypothesis,
9/11
the
happened,
dinosaurs
we'd be at
still
war.
existed, you wouldn't be right here right now. So
But-
it does matter.
But you're talking about a hypothetical situation that did not happen.
All right,
is
let's
going
just say
on.
your mama and daddy had sex the day after they conceived you instead of the day they conceived you.
And I was born a
You
different
wouldn't be here. Is that important to you? Does that
But
matter
it's still
to
a
you?
hypothetical situation.
Everything's hypothetical that is in reality, John.
That's what I said.
But like, why?
Everything's
That's my,
hypothetical
see,
it is.
but here's the thing.
And
That was my
I'm
whole
not-
point from Jump Street. Why should that matter?
Because it's important to understand things.
It is not
If you don't-
important,
John,
man.
So you're saying that the only thing that matters is the right now.
I'm saying-
the only thing that
okay.
matters, the only thing you should ever concentrate on is the right now. Because the problem with that is if you don't look into your future or you don't look into your past, you have no idea who you are. And before you know it, you have
I
been
know
turned
who I
around.
am.
Next thing you'll be talking about you in an amoeba. That you are right now in your present state an amoeba because you have no idea of where you came from. You have no idea where you're going. You're just living in the moment, and that just causes chaos.
I'm a chaotic person, but
Well,
that's
no, you're
beside
not a
the point.
chaotic person.
Lies.
Awareness of something.
You're
I'm
not a
complete-
chaotic
here's a-
person at
like,
all,
all right.
John.
I feel like y'all really don't get my point. I feel like
it's funny.
touching
I thought I'd never make a statement like this.
Uh-huh.
But this is the millennial talk. This is the way millennials think. They only think in the present. And the thing about it is it a bad thing? Possibly not. But does it
No,
seem
it's
like
not.
it could? Possibly not. Because you don't know if it is or isn't
You're
because
right.
you only
I'll give you
operate
that.
in the
I'll cede you
present.
that point.
Remember?
It's
You'll see that
like,
point.
I don't know my dad, but like what you said, like I can be whatever I want to be. Like I know, he must have had got the bitches though. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't know my dad, but he had to be. You know what I'm saying? Cause my mama, she. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get this from my mom.
But you're making conjecture.
He had, I'm just.
I
saying.
mean, like you can say you could guess that, but you don't know. But my thing is like, I said it does not matter because like,
I
to
think
me,
I think history and looking forward to your future is definitely important for
I
everybody.
think history.
it's
I think the
important.
lessons of history are important.
Okay, but the thing about it is the lessons of history came from the history itself. So if you don't know the history, you wouldn't understand the
I
lesson.
know history.
What's the
See,
point of
I
the
feel
lesson
like-
if somebody just came along and just said,
teaching
don't
this
touch
today.
fire, John, because it burns. If nobody was ever burned by fire, and the only thing we knew that it burns,
Mm-hmm.
then at
We'll
some
keep
point,
touching
what's
it.
somebody gonna do?
We gonna keep
What's
that.
somebody gonna do?
But
Touch
that's-
it. So then how they learn the lesson?
That's a lesson of history, though.
Okay, but how
You
they learn
burnt
the lesson?
yourself.
It happened, right?
You're
You
right.
can't just go
But I
on
never-
the lesson of the idea
I never
of it.
denied that history wasn't important. I never said that.
Yes,
you
he
know,
did.
John, that's what we've been
Yes,
arguing
he
about
did.
for like the last 30 minutes.
For like
I
30
said,
minutes,
I
y'all.
said it didn't matter.
Did y'all hear
you
it?
said it. Okay, if it doesn't matter, is it important to you?
I said
If
it's
it
not important to
doesn't
me.
matter, okay, but why isn't it important to you?
Why isn't history important to
Yes,
me?
explain
Because,
it.
like,
I want to know
okay.
why history isn't important to you.
All right.
Is your future important to you?
I don't know what my future is.
That's
so
not what I asked you. I said,
Uh,
is your future important
that
to
answers
you?
my question though.
And
Like,
what do you mean? How does that
I
answer your
can't.
question?
I can't predict.
Do you
the
have a
future?
future?
I hope so.
Do you care? It doesn't matter
Yeah.
then, right?
I hope I have a future.
But it doesn't matter,
you know,
right?
I
'Cause
could
your
walk
past doesn't
outside
matter.
tomorrow and die.
I mean, you can die walking your dog.
You know what I'm
that's
saying? So it's
irrelevant,
like,
though, to say
but
that.
it's like,
though.
okay, you're right. It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant to just put it off of as it's like, oh, I can just die
I
tomorrow.
mean,
Anything
but
can
you
kill
know,
me.
I can
Oh.
prepare for the future. I can make plans for the future. I can hope that I see the future. But you know, I really, I mean, it's only so much control I have over it.
So do you? Let me ask you something. All right?
Mhm.
Do you love your mother?
I love my mother.
All right, but that's part of your history. But you don't care about your history.
But that's my immediate history, though.
But it's the only history you have.
But that's why he the way he is because of his history.
But okay, yes. But
That's
then you
the
said the thing with
outline.
this, you said it's your immediate history. But
Exactly.
how,
Because that's
how old
a-
are you, John?
No, see,
How old are
when
you?
I say the immediate history, like,
Okay, what do you mean by your immediate
that
history?
my mother, my father,
But
my
it's-
fam, that's
if-
the history that only really
it
applies
fell
to
down,
me.
it
Though,
was
you know
Okay,
what
all
I'm
right,
saying?
but
Like,
do you
over and over and
understand?
over.
Do you understand that if it wasn't for your grandparents, that you wouldn't be?
But-
Do you understand that if
okay.
it wasn't for your great grandparents,
We're
you wouldn't
talking
be?
about- all right, like
if
I
it wasn't
said-
for your great great grandparents, you wouldn't be.
I
know
get that.
Okay,
But
so
that's
it's important,
history.
right?
That only applies to me, though. You know what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
kind of ask you this. Do you think that that's selfish?
it does. I'm a selfish person.
Okay, so now we're
I
starting to
agree with
get.
that.
Now we're coming on to something else.
I'm
there,
a
then.
selfish person.
Okay.
But I feel like, okay, so I'm going to go back to what I was originally, we was talking about.
Why do you consider yourself selfish? I know you, and you don't ever. I've never seen you as a selfish person, but now you say that you're a selfish person. How? And the reason why I say you're not selfish is because of this right here, because this took John saying, "I want to affect other people's lives, and I have to
Okay.
care about them." So
That's
to
a
say
good
you're
point,
selfish,
you know, but, you know, at the end of the day,
He greedy.
it really was about me, though. You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
word.
Like,
how is it? But
not selfish,
it's about
it's
you.
greedy.
I mean, like, okay, so
So it has nothing to do with anything else.
I care. You know,
wrong
I
on
care
this
about my
podcast.
people.
This is his
I'm just not gonna be
This is
wrong.
podcast.
I'm wrong to like.
No. I don't
It's not-
honestly.
it's
honestly,
not
I don't
that
think
I'm wrong.
I
I
don't
don't
feel that
think
you're wrong at
y'all
all.
wrong.
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't
feel like
think
you're wrong
any-
at all either.
It's not about. That's just my perspective. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like. So it's not like you're wrong. You know.
I think that's the importance of this
You know what I'm
kind
saying?
of a
Like-
podcast, though, is the views.
Yeah,
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's my perspective on it. Like I feel like if because part of the problem that we have, and that's just as people in general, like not just black people, we talking about white people in society as a whole, is that we care too much about where we come from. You know what I'm saying? Like, and because of that, you get this divide when you come to people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you
That's the
understand that it's because of where you came from
okay,
that you are who you are?
on a micro level,
I'm gonna put
yes.
it like this. It matters,
Micro
like,
level. This is a
bro.
cosmic level. This isn't a micro
You
level.
have
This is a
white
cosmic
people-
level. If it wasn't because of where you came from, you
You have
wouldn't
white
be
people
you.
that to me are just like me. I look at them and
No
they
difference,
are,
right?
They are just me.
Yeah,
then you
right.
have these white people that turn their nose up at you.
And you got black people that turn your nose up at you.
But
Grandma
it's
Jane.
part
You know what I'm
of,
saying? Like, so it's
part
just like
of
that's just
history.
people. But that's just people.
But that
That's,
might be them
that's
saying.
raising.
Well,
That's-
my people was house niggas. You get what I'm
But-
saying? Their history.
but
So
that's
why
people,
they
though.
might turn their
Exactly.
nose up.
But that's just people, though. That's just humanity
Okay,
as a
can
whole.
I ask you? Let me ask you this then.
That's the whole
In,
sentence.
in this whole thing,
But that's
in
just
this-
people.
This because this conversation just went.
I mean, like we.
But let's look.
the
and
other
you-
two
hold on.
topics
What's your
didn't
point?
even matter. Like
what,
we just started talking.
what is your main
podcast,
intention
yeah.
by the statement of your past doesn't matter? Just and we'll try to leave it there.
Okay. all right.
That way we can get some understanding on why you think that your past doesn't matter. It might be important, but it doesn't matter. That's what you said.
Yes.
Okay, help us
All right,
understand
I'm
that.
I'm gonna try to make this as clear as possible. So it's gonna take
Clear as
me.
mud, but go ahead.
All right. Okay. So people like to say like, "Oh, I come from kings. I come from queens." You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's part of the problem with people. You know, like, all right, so we just look at white folk, or like, I ain't even gonna say white folk, because I think it's, like I said, it's a people problem. But a lot of the hate that comes in this world is because people like to be like, oh, well, my roots are from here, so I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? And that's an issue.
So
Like,
it's tribal.
yeah, but
Okay.
and that's people. Humanity is tribal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like if all of humanity just had the same background, like, you know what I'm saying? We like to say, oh, humanity started from Africa. So, and humanity all comes from the same place. Then why does it matter? Like, oh, well, my people were kings or queens. Well, you all come from the same place, so it doesn't really make any difference. We all the same. You know what I'm saying? We all bleed red blood.
Yeah, but like I said, that's still
burgundy.
just speaking humanity. So I'm gonna agree with that. All I'm gonna say is
But are you human? Before you black, before you anything else, are you human?
yes, but I'm gonna say this.
Some of us are aliens.
If the history, what I'm gonna say is, irregardless, if the history of our planets or the solar system or galaxies, the history of those weren't how they were, you get what I'm saying, and didn't live to now, then a lot of things would be different. You know, our habitats, that's not human. You know, that's not like us as a human. That's a whole world. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like if things, you know, if we was such and such degrees closer to the sun, it's no challenge.
You're right, but then if that was the case, none
of
of this would matter because none of us would be here. Like, that's my thing. Like,
But we're all
that's-
here, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
matter then.
but no, like,
So, because see, my
so-
thing is like if we go on that whole idea that the universe is just a universe, then everything is about indifference. Nothing means anything. If that's the case, then nothing means anything.
no,
So there's no point
no,
to
you bring
caring about anything.
no, but you bring up a hypothetical situation to
Of
defend
what?
the point.
How?
Like, he's talking about if it was we were, you know,
A few
12,
degrees
a
closer.
few degrees close to the sun, but we're not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So do you think that was? It's important that we were then, right?
what, like
That
where
we were
are?
3 degrees, well, whatever degree. If we were a few degrees further away from the sun, then
It is
like
important.
he said, it's important, right?
Yeah,
Is that part of the history of this world?
yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Why doesn't it matter?
Because it is
Because
what it
if
is.
it didn't move, if it moved forward, none of it matters. See, the thing of it is that becomes indifference,
scientifically,
right?
I think Mars
So
was something
everything's
different at one time,
indifference.
right?
Mars might have been something different. I don't know.
Well, this the question. You said, okay, this is my only question. Okay, you saying that nothing matters, and you're saying that nothing matters because it happened how it happened. You know, so it didn't if it didn't happen like this, you know, the hypothetical, it doesn't matter because it didn't happen like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're saying we can't argue because it's only hypothetical, but I mean, I didn't got myself confused. Really.
Yeah, like, cause you just use a hypothetical
it's just-
point.
John,
to-
John, see, all right, okay.
It's real
Do you think? Look, I think we got to look at a huge picture here. All right, and then I'm gonna let it go. Do you think that the universe just randomly came about like it is?
Man, that's
No.
a different conversation.
Okay, well, the reason why I asked that is simple because if that's the case, if it randomly came about as it is, all right, that means nothing matters, like you
Nothing
said.
matters.
If nothing matters, there's no point to anything. All right,
That may
So,
be true.
that may be true. Okay, there's no point to anything.
I don't know.
All right, so why do you care about you?
Well,
Because it doesn't mean anything. Do you love your brother?
okay.
Do
I
you love your
Patrick.
brother? Do you love your
But
brother?
here's the thing. I can touch Patrick.
Okay.
You know.
But it doesn't matter. You
But
can
here's the
touch
thing.
this pole right here.
And you're right. But my point was like the things that are immediate to me, the things that I could touch, the things that I see and all that.
It means
That
something,
means
to,
something
you,
to
right?
me,
okay,
though,
So
you know
then,
what I'm saying?
Then there's some
Because-
meaning. But what I'm saying is, if you say that nothing matters, then life itself has no meaning.
And-
Are you willing to say that life has no meaning?
Nah, man. I don't
Okay.
know what meaning
All
life
right.
has.
But you think it has some meaning. You don't know what it is, but you
I don't know what
might
it
have
is.
some-
It might have some
But
meaning,
you
it
do
might not.
believe that it does have a meaning.
I don't know, man.
You don't know.
You gonna go in circles with this question? Trust me.
So so it's either indifference or life has some kind of meaning. Which one is it?
I don't know.
It's only one of those two things. Either nothing means nothing.
How can I know though?
See,
And within you is how you know, because that's kind of what's important to you.
But
is
that's
you.
within me.
All right. So do you care about things?
I care about things that are like that I can like.
See, here's the thing. If
You
you,
know,
say
there's certain
your history
things.
means nothing, all right, well, you go out here, you guys get in the car, Pac-Man passes away in a car wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Does it mean anything to you?
Yes.
Doesn't mean anything to you.
That
you,
matters.
You just said it. It doesn't matter because you
I
just
didn't
said it.
say
Didn't you?
that.
You said your history doesn't matter.
That's not okay.
That's part of that. At the moment that Pac-Man passes away, it becomes history.
He becomes my history.
Right, but it doesn't matter.
He becomes important part of my history.
But it doesn't matter. You said it. History doesn't matter.
To me,
it doesn't
That
matter.
wouldn't affect his
To
career.
me, Patrick matters. To me.
To you, Patrick.
To
matters.
me.
Okay. So
What about to somebody 300 miles away? Would Patrick have mattered unless they knew him?
probably not. In that
Okay,
sense. But the thing
he
of it is,
did not matter
then,
at that
so
point.
what you're saying is then history matters.
To me, he mattered though. You know, like there's a difference. And we'll, you know,
Oh, you fine. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
so like
Alright.
he matters to me.
All
They
right, you
matter to
got
me.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we just going in circles because
I
I'm
feel
like,
like
I
so.
don't think we're going in circles.
I feel like
Just
so.
I mean, I'm
It
good.
is.
I want a piece of pizza.
It smells delicious though. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm good. No, I know. Man, I got a mint in my mouth right now. But like I said, that was like he's an immediate person to me. You know what I'm saying? But like, if it was somebody else, they don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me,
selfish.
Yeah.
I told you that. I told you that. Like, you know, different people gonna feel differently, but you know, it's all about perspective. Mine's
But
different.
Let me tell
What's
you-
your thought
no,
that
no,
everybody
this
here
how
on
it
this
is, how it
planet
is.
is connected in some way?
I
You
mean,
said we're all human, so we're all connected.
that's
in
how
some
we're
way,
connected. We all
right?
human.
So then it does mean something.
We're all human.
300 miles away, right?
So that means that means it means something.
A man
Uh,
300
not
miles
to
away
me.
loses his job,
Uh-huh.
right? Gets mad, wants to come here. 300 miles away, right? Wants
Yeah.
to come back here, 300 miles away. And shoot at the mall. You was in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
That somebody had nothing to do with you, but it affected you. What
Right.
happened in his life? On a greater aspect, we talking about civilizations of people. You know, we talking about enslavement. You talking about a whole bunch of stuff. It affects.
But you talking about like here's the thing, like you trying to you trying to defend something that immediately affects me, and that was not my point in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like I said that the history does not matter. You know what I'm saying? Does it have to some extent some importance to my life? Yeah, probably.
It does matter, Jay.
But it doesn't. It matters to you. It does not matter to
right
me.
now. I'm gonna talk about the
Because you was
present.
here because of it.
I'm gonna talk about the present day right now. What we doing? If we somehow get rich, it's gonna affect my kids, which will affect their kids. That will become history. We will become history.
But that is an immediate effect on them.
It's a part of history. It is.
But
I mean,
it's
but
not
still,
in a no. It's not a part of
It's
history.
gonna become
It's a part
history.
of history to the point where like it was history, but it immediately affects them, so it
If
matters
we
to
become
them.
a Jay-Z or something, we become
Let's take a
something-
look at some of these families that have been rich for generations.
Yeah, but they don't matter to me though.
It's
Like okay,
Don't they? You
It
operate-
does matter to
who
you.
cares?
It
Who
does.
cares?
It does
Who
matter to
cares about them being rich when it does no effect
Pass
on
the
me?
law, you be homeless tomorrow.
And I'll be homeless tomorrow. So what?
So once again, okay, I think we're still.
No,
I think
but
we're starting to
you
get to the
talking about
point
a
where
hypo-
John is.
But
So
Somebody
we're
is
talking about
upset.
a hypothetical
Yeah.
situation. Like, why do y'all keep trying to defend the point with a hypothetical situation that does not matter? Like,
on a history
Because you're saying it
stop
doesn't
saying
matter.
if. Stop saying if.
Because that makes no sense. That's my argument. That
Why?
makes no
Why
sense.
does it make no sense?
It just makes no sense.
You think that tomorrow they're gonna pass a law that makes me homeless,
No, it's
so it doesn't matter.
tomorrow. You saying it doesn't make. You saying it doesn't matter because it didn't happen.
It doesn't. By definition,
And-
if
and
it
you
doesn't
saying-
happen, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
if
why do you
if
put on a shirt?
what up? I don't know. Honestly,
Nigga said, I don't
No,
know.
no reason.
I'm
Because
conditioned.
wear
I'm
clothes.
conditioned to put on a
People
shirt.
wear clothes.
So it matters to you that you put that shirt on, right?
Yeah, I don't
You
understand it though.
Used to.
You know, I'm conditioned to wear clothes, but that's something that is that's me personally. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but
Because you see
Oh, no,
people
that's
wear
everybody.
clothes.
why do y'all keep using that as the point? Though,
Because
like,
you see people wear clothes. If you never seen somebody wear clothes, you wouldn't be wearing clothes just because I
and
feel
you
like
wouldn't
wearing
either,
clothes.
and she wouldn't either.
You feel
But
me?
but it doesn't. But
So
it
it
happened.
affects us.
But it happened though.
You cannot argue that. I don't understand what we're
I
doing
didn't
with
argue
this.
that it didn't
We ain't
affect
going
us.
nowhere
I
anymore.
argued that it didn't matter.
Alright, okay.
Like no, see, y'all keep you like bending my point though. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, oh, you wear clothes. Why you do that? Somebody wore clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't say it didn't affect me. I said it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who started wearing the
matters, 'cause you be
clothes.
sitting naked.
No,
my nigga.
let me finish my.
It
Stop cutting
matters.
me
It
off,
makes
man.
a
Like you
difference.
keep cutting me off.
Just
Like
say it
let me
don't
finish my
matter.
point. Let me finish my point. Like you keep cutting me off.
Go ahead, go.
Somebody wore clothes. At that point, everybody else started wearing clothes.
Mm-hmm.
By now, it doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't. We all wear clothes.
It do matter because we wear clothes. Because
Are you gonna stop wearing clothes tomorrow?
But if somebody would have never started wearing clothes,
somebody started
we wouldn't
wearing-
be wearing clothes.
But
That's
somebody
what's going
started
on
That's
wearing
now.
clothes.
somebody
The slut thing. The slut
matters.
thing y'all was talking about with Amber Rose. That's
But
what
somebody-
a celebration of news.
So if you got
But
history,
somebody
like,
started wearing clothes.
clothes
It's
doesn't
not a
really
celebration.
matter because
It's
that's their roots.
So-
it's
That's
not
what
a
really
celebration of nudity. It's
that
not a
matter?
celebration
Let
of
me ask you
nudity.
this. So
What
if
It's
you
a
have-
celebrate. It's not a celebration of nudity.
What is it?
It's a feminism thing that says you can't define me as a slut based on what I wear, based on my actions. It's not a celebration of nudity.
Okay,
What are you
let
saying?
me ask you this. So if you have history that have done great things, it doesn't matter to you.
What do you
I mean,
like?
if we have history we don't know about that has affected the world and the reason we are who we are now, that doesn't matter to you?
You mean if somebody in my
Like
history?
somebody in our history have done great things for us to the point to where we are now, that doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
All right, well,
Well, that's just a personal opinion.
So like,
man.
okay,
Does anything matter?
I don't know, man.
see, we
All
done.
right, I
We
gotta
done.
go.
We
No,
done.
but okay.
We
All
done.
right,
I
all
gotta
right.
go
done.
get my kids.
All right, so
Podcast done
Bye,
today.
y'all.
we're never gonna finish this conversation.
See y'all
so
next week.
Yeah.
Y'all have a nice week.
Yeah, see y'all next week.
Peace.
Y'all be good.
No, my
Alright,
point
this-
on your question, you say like,